Welcome to Halo Diaries, the second edition. It's been 1 year and the conversation around hair has not stopped. Today we are joined by an amazing panel of women. I'm your facilitator, Janine, the author of the Big South African Hair Book, and today I'm joined by Noni, Zinnia, Boiti, Faith, and Adera. And today we're here to discuss everyone's favorite hair memories, biggest hair mistakes, the fails, the foibles. We have all been there. So let's start right there. What were your earliest hair memories? I think, Noni, let's get it rolling.
Earliest, getting left by my mom in a salon because she's either going to work or something, and she'll leave me with the auntie that's doing my hair, and I hated it. Hated it, because you'd sit there the whole day. It's not like braiding today, you know. Now we have like other options and things. So I hated doing my hair younger. It was a horrible experience.
It was torture.
Yeah, because it's the whole day. You're hungry. You don't know anyone in the salon.
Yeah. You need the bathroom.
Yeah, you need you're scared to ask. It's awful.
They pulling, they plucking, relatable content.
All of it. Like, yeah, not my fave.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I went to a salon and the woman took one look at all of this hair and she was like, I am not having this. I don't know who was more unhappy, myself or her.
Surely that was better, because I feel like, I mean, I haven't had the most longest of luscious hair, but I feel like the shorter your hair, those ladies would complain. Yeah. They would always complain and be like, woo, what are we going to do with this hair? So I always yearned for long hair. So
yeah, I think we can all relate to that. Anyone else have those traumatic salon experiences growing up?
Zinnia, not a salon per se. Yeah. Growing up, I was left with my grandmother, and she did not have the patience of plaiting, and she just took the machine and go. So I was the bold girl, yes, because she did not have the knowledge on how to deal with the hair and the patience and stuff, and then she just cut it.
Yeah. No, my grandmother used to do that with just a scissor. So you have these little bits and pieces on your hair. So that's how she would keep her hair in check. Yeah. But my first salon experience, I remember I went to get my hair permed for the first time. And that was my first time in a salon. And that was the most torturous, I sat there and I felt physically ill. I was convinced that when I'm done here, I'm getting in a taxi, I'm going to Barra because I'm so sick. Like everything ached because he wound. And then they take the rubber and they wind it. And they wind it and then they pull. And you feel like your scalp is about to burst. So that, I think that's why also I went into hairdressing, because I just did not. I wanted people to have a different experience. Even when my mother did my hair, she put me in between her thighs with a stretching comb. Christmas Eve, so you sit there, castor oil, and if you move, that stretching comb is catching your ear. And there's no mercy because you want your hair to be lush and straight. And
good for Christmas Day.
Yes. And only for Christmas Day, right? Yeah. So can we just speak about that for a second? This suffer for beauty mentality, right? Yeah. Did everyone grow up suffering for beauty when it came to their hair?
Yeah. When you have to, even with something as simple as relaxing your hair, when they leave it in for long and you are on fire, your whole scalp, and you can't. And when you say it's burning, they're like, where? The whole it's making it softer. So you must leave it longer.
And they'll tell you just sit for another 5 or 10 minutes.
And that 10 minutes is like every second it gets hotter and hotter, and it's like your scalp is on fire. I don't want to experience that again.
That's the mistakes that we do as hairdressers, or they used to do. When you say you're burning, they're supposed to wash you immediately. This thing of saying, oh no,
let's put shin
if
spray.
It's burning, it's getting better.
Oh my God.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh yeah, because shin spray, when you put it on your skin, it's cold.
Yeah.
So they think that the cooling effect, because they want it to be bone straight.
Oh my God.
But your hair is not supposed to be bone straight when you relax it. You know, so yeah.
No, and this whole thing, you suffer for beauty. I remember even when you put braids.
Yes.
And, you know, they're like, no, we need to make it look neat.
Tight.
So the tighter it is, the neater it
neater
looks.
supposedly is meant to look.
It looks. And then you go home, right? You're trying to sleep. You can't sleep on that day. You're like,
Can't even blink. If you blink once, it might come undone.
And the advice would come that put on a wet duke.
Yes.
How do you sleep? How do you put your wet duke on your pillow? Like
And then it gets wet.
It just doesn't make sense. It's the worst.
So anyone sat upright trying to preserve that hairstyle the first night
100%.
of those braids?
Sometimes you can't sleep, or if it's like the thong, you know you want it to stay like that, so you'll just sleep like this.
Yeah.
And just make sure, like, it mustn't.
I didn't have that. I've always been good with hair. All my cousins, when we were growing up, I started my little hairdressing business when I was around 8, 7 years old.
wow, look at you.
Charging 450, they'd come.
450? That's a lot.
of money.
They'd come. I'd buy Kempura. There was a product, a relaxer, when it started. Kempura, I would come, they all buy Kempura, and I started 450, and I played also, I used to play with needle.
At that time.
Yeah, and that was my mind. I love books, I love movies, so that was I didn't ask my mother, so that was my pocket money.
So actually, Faith, we are at the white table talk.
Yeah.
Do you want to admit to any sins that you committed as the 450 hairdresser?
I can.
Burning your customers / cousins.
My cousin, there was another stretching product that was, I think it was like 5 cents or something like that. It was a little bottle. So my cousin and his friend bought that. They wanted to relax their hair. Two boys. So my cousin was clever. He says, okay, start with my friend. So as soon as I put it on the hair, when I combed it, all the hair came out. And so...
Was that not hair remover?
No, it was a relaxer, but it was like those, like it was so corrosive. It was, I put it on, I left it like probably 5 minutes. When I came with a comb, the cheese got, it was like a hair remover.
I also have a confession to make, right? So I wasn't necessarily at your level of charging people, but if there's one thing any colored girl knows, it's a barrel brush and a hair dryer, right? And I always used to be the girl just blow drying everyone's hair until I burnt my cousin's, like a chunk of a hair off. Because I was with the barrel brush and the hair dryer, and I was having a conversation with another cousin, and I left it there, and her entire, the whole section just fell out. I kept it moving, you know? So seeing that we can all agree that so much mess regarding hair happens inside our households and with our families. Does anyone want to share anything that they learned specifically from their mothers or their grandmothers with regards to how they take care of their hair?
For me, I always look at my mom and grandmother. They kept it very simple. And thank goodness, because at least now, you know, they still have their hairlines. But my mom was always like, if literally your head is going to tell you, your hair will tell you that it's sore. So if your hair is pulled, then it's not worth it. Take it out, because yes, it looks good at this particular moment, but the repercussions after, you will only see it maybe 3 or 4 months later when you start having a receding hairline. So for mom, is like, get somebody who knows how to do hair, but is gentle. Just because they're gentle, that doesn't mean that they won't know how to do it. As long as it, you know, it protects your scalp. So that's for me.
So you learn some great healthy tips.
So when I go to a salon and you're pulling in my hair, I'm that person. I'm like, stop, it's fine. I am paying for this service and it seems like you don't want to do it. So I might as well just get up and go.
So you don't fight through the teeth?
No, I don't. I'm not one of those people who sit there and then you get home and you complain. No.
For it to be perfect, for it to be great, it has to be pulled, it has to be tight.
And it's taken long to get rid of that mentality. Like even till now, like maybe a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago, you still think, okay, because you didn't because I'm not like this,
Yeah.
you are not plaiting me the way, or you're not putting in enough passion.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, it's like you're actually being like gentle, and then you look afterwards and you're like, oh, it looks good. It looks like it's pulled, but you did it so well that it doesn't have to be pulled.
Yeah, that instant facelift.
Yeah, we used to think that was the way.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, no.
Yeah, Zina, did you learn anything from your mom, your grandmother with regards to, besides now being, the Chiskop child?
All that I learned on the streets. Yeah, we used to sit and plait our hair, to go back to school and stuff. So, regarding of pulling the hair, I still have clients until today who are saying, can you make it tighter? And I'm like, no, you don't need to feel the pain. They're like, no, I don't feel comfortable. Please make it tight.
She's very soft and very gentle.
So it's the mentality that it was
Last longer.
Yes, we still think. I think some people still think that you need to feel something. You don't have to.
Or that the style needs to last for 3 months.
Absolutely.
It literally does not,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think most hairdressers do that because they think that they're doing you a favor.
Yes.
They're helping you keep your hairstyle longer.
Yeah.
But
Clearly, they don't know better either, which is strange.
because a lot of the biggest challenge that we have in South Africa is that, even in Africa, a lot of there's no the hairdressing. There's no cosmetology school. A lot of people are self-taught.
Yes.
They learn in the street. They open. There are no mechanism in terms of making sure that somebody is trained, somebody is certified to be able. In America, you study, you go through a whole long process before you even touch a human head. So it's a big challenge, but it's one of those things that I'm in an association right now where we are trying and get more and more people educated and establish some kind of training, and people must be properly certified before they actually
No, I think that's one of the biggest barriers that we face right now, because I think as consumers and customers and just normal women, we are becoming more empowered.
Yeah.
We know what we want, but then,
Yes.
making sure that we're communicating to the people who's styling our hair, this is what we want, this is what we like. It's very difficult, I mean, I avoided salons for years and I just wanted to DIY my hair, right? So right now, where are we at with our hair? What is your relationship with your hair? Do you think it's positive, neutral, negative? Do you love your hair?
Yeah, well, now I do. I took a while, but I think when I started on my natural hair journey, and then it was kind of like a aha moment of you don't have to fight with your hair. You have to give it just as much as love in return for it to show, the love in return. So I think for me, that's what I learned. I was like, oh, okay, so the more I'm patient with it, the more I love it, the more I treat it like I do my skin.
Yeah.
Like how I would use this for my skin, and skin. It's the same thing with your hair. Your hair requires just as much love and patience, and also less expectations. Not expecting it to be like, I know it's not going to look like that. Once you let that go, I think you have definitely a healthier relationship with your hair, because now it's like, well, this is what I have and I love it as it is, and it is what it is.
But the nicest thing about black women is that there's so much that we can do with our hair. You can literally be a chameleon. If you're married, your husband can wake up today, you're blonde, and tomorrow you have dreadlocks. You have dreadlocks, and so it's really, for me, I feel like my relationship with my hair is that I can wake up tomorrow. If I want to shave my hair, I shave it. It's hair; it will grow. If it doesn't grow back, so what?
It is what it is.
But I have a very healthy relationship with my hair, to such a point that my kids also, I've made it a point that even when they were growing up, I did their hair until they were like 15, 16. But I did everything with their hair. I make sure that I take care of it. And this whole notion that it has to be painful. I made sure that they love their hair, they understand it. And growing your hair naturally is one of the best thing that you can do for yourself. Before you introduce chemicals to your hair, enjoy your hair, understand your hair, educate yourself. Consumers are now more educated than hairdressers. So because
we're relearning
there's
now.
so much information on social media, YouTube, all of people like have the ferocious appetite to learn about their hair.
Noni, how are you feeling about your hair? You loving it? Negative, neutral, positive? Where we at?
I think I still have a lot to learn about my hair and how I feel about it. I think what I want to do now is get a little bit more adventurous with my hair. I've never like colored it. I don't know. I think I've been very safe. It's been braids. It's been cornrows. That's it. I haven't done anything like wild or anything out of my comfort zone. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very keen to explore now. I mean, I had a thought the other day of just having a full year of pink. Just, just
pink is so fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like
pink, blonde, purple, green.
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, because I've been very. I mean, my friends always say that like we can almost predict that like what you're gonna have on your hair. It's like 3 hairstyles that you rotate, and I'm like, that's so lame. I feel like I'm this like colorful person, but my hair is boring. So.
Oh no, we're coming out of this pandemic strong. We're coming out of quarantine with pink hair.
So that's where I'm at right now. But in terms of learning to be more patient with it, I'm getting there. I think because my siblings and I have very different hair. They have great hair, like great hair. They don't have to do anything.
Do you have great hair, honey?
Okay, you see, I need to change that. My hair doesn't grow the same way theirs does. They've always had like long, amazing hair. The weird part is that like I have a brother and he always has to fight with his hair because he has to cut it because it's so like
brothers have the hair, they have the eyebrows, the eyelashes. Okay.
They don't the lashes and the brows for me always.
I've had to fight for everything. So but I'm learning. So I think for me I'm getting there, and I think with experimenting, I think it will help.
But your hair doesn't have to be long and lashes.
No,
it has to be fabulous.
You have to love it as is. It has to be healthy.
It
just has to be healthy. And also I think a lot of what you do with your hair is linked to, as much as we're not attached to our hair, but it does play a major role in terms of your comfort zone of what you want to do. It's very much linked to not even just personality, but what is taking place in your life and how you allow yourself to be liberated and exhilarated. And when it goes as far as hair, I think you've reached a certain peak, because most of the time we're willing to do a lot of things in and around us, but when it comes to the hair, it's like, okay, that's enough. So I think when we actually push ourselves, it affects us more than it just being a hairstyle, but the liberation goes beyond it just being like, oh, I did something with my hair. It's more than that. So it's worth trying.
And giving yourself that permission to play, like it's also a part of your self-expression. It's just the same way you have fantastic gold glittery eyeshadow. Like it's just another way of like experimenting with your look, trying different things.
And seeing yourself in a different light.
Yeah.
And it used to be that a woman cuts their hair because they had broken.
They make a drastic change.
What is that saying? A woman who cuts her hair is about to change her life.
That's now the empowering aspect of it.
Change my life without cutting my hair.
It's very interesting in terms of what you're saying, and the fact that when somebody shaves their head, that for some people it's that, for other people they might not have a choice in it. And I always say with your hair story, or I kind of say your heritage, play on the word on hair, is that I think as African women, and when I say African women of color, it's also representation and what we've seen and how that plays in you accepting your hair journey. Like Boiti said something very important. It's that you need to be comfortable in how your hair grows. So just because your hair grows slowly, that does not mean that it's not beautiful, it's not great. It's what works for you and working around that. And it will take time, it's also accessibility to products, we're fortunate that, we have Hello Heritage that, in you know, in partnership with Boiti, you know, they've created a line of products that you can take at home and you know, be experimental. You know, and put the hair.
Easy to use.
Easy to use. They're accessible. You know, it's online. You can go.
They're not intimidating. Because a lot of the times hair products are very intimidating.
No tints.
It's like, sure, I rather not.
Where do I start? You know, it's a simple range. It's accessible. You know, and the packaging also looks great as well. But that's also part of it. And I think, you know, we are now part of that narrative in creating products that cater to that hair. So when I see somebody like Boiti on Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, okay, wow, that's somebody I can relate to. She's taking care of her hair. She's showing me how to do it, and she's using her products. I can also do that for myself, you know.
And there's no shame in showing the hair, because a lot of the times now there's still the stigma of black women a lot, and women of color actually. Especially type 3 and 4, not wanting to show their hair because it's like it's not good enough, so they keep it hidden, as opposed to in my case, and I guess in, you know, people who are on the natural hair journey. Yes, the wigs are part and parcel of taking care of the natural hair, but not hiding it. Because a lot of times that's it. Most of the time it's like a hat to hide what you don't want to take care of, or what you feel you're ashamed of. So I feel like it was also very liberating to like do what I did with Halo Heritage, in terms of Zina washing my hair in front of the camera, and me just being like, so what if my hairline doesn't look the way it is what it is. That's a lot of us actually. And also in doing that, you're definitely giving more women permission to be like, oh, okay, oh, look at my hair. And you, but when you love it, it's like you force everyone else to be like, I actually see the beauty now. Now that you're showing me that you're seeing the beauty in your hair, all of a sudden people see it as well.
But I mean, there's so many connotations, right? So like, you walk out of your house, you're feeling like a baddie. You've got your outfit, you've got your makeup, you've got your nails, you're in your car, you have your natural hair, and someone is out here saying, Amantla, my sister, and you're like, I'm not
Why don't make it political? Oh my God.
I'm just being me.
I thought I was cute. I wasn't out here thinking I'm starting a revolution. I thought I just looked cute today.
That's another thing.
You know?
That's it. It's also when we politicize hair and we make it into something that not everyone wants to be a part of. Already you're just like, okay, I'm not going to start this natural hair journey because now the expectation is I must write a book. Why women must be empowered by the, please.
Some of us did.
No, but
Of course, but you know what I mean? Like, you wanted to do that, but I'm not on a journey of trying to revolutionize. I'm just trying to allow women to love their hair, but it's not meant to be like, hey, I'm going to call the president and you must start this. No, you know, so I feel like, again, women should just be allowed to do what they want with their hair. And when they do choose to take a route that does seem like it's revolutionizing the way hair is seen, they mustn't be forced into a box to be that. Just allow them to be with our hair.
But also even that that says you have to get somebody from outside to give you permission.
That's
it's your journey. Whoever takes issue with what journey you are on, it's none of your business.
Their opinions.
I essentially mean people must back off, I guess, in terms of allowing. People must back off.
I'm just going to do me, and I'm going to be me. And if you appreciate, if you want to start a conversation about what I'm on, that's your indaba. And if you want to engage me, we can get engaged, but we're not going to be combative about it. You know, it's just like my story, my life, my hair story. We said,
my journey,
it is my journey.
And don't make me a poster child for something I don't want.
100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Zina, are you seeing in the salon or in the chair more people are open to the natural hair conversation these days? What are you seeing from clients?
I would say 80% of my clients, they are all natural.
Love to see it.
And they are loving the product. I might say congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
The reason why I'm saying congratulations is because people come buy the products, and the products can accommodate everyone, from kids, adults. Like it's easy to use. Everyone can use in the house, and they're just friendly. Yes. So
Thank you.
to you.
More of that.
You know, YouTube has a lot to answer for, I think. YouTubers, bloggers, vloggers, yes, I am subtweeting you here because they make it seem so complicated.
So difficult.
You know, I don't, guys, I know I wrote a whole book about it. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't do 8-hour wash days.
No, but that's,
I'm in and I'm
not
out.
my portion.
I'm in and I'm out, you know?
but they're trying to make money. That's why they,
Yeah.
you know, even when you,
with all like the
For
fun.
it is. They,
Yeah, you must watch
They're
for a
selling a
certain amount of
product.
time.
They're getting paid for it. So you just, if you gather information and you take whatever is useful to you,
Yeah.
and everything is about your lifestyle. It's about how much time you have. You have kids. You have a career. You are, you know. So all of that has to fit into your lifestyle.
Exactly.
So whatever you do with your hair, it has to be about you and your lifestyle, your time frame,
Your time,
everything that you.
yeah.
Yeah, but but also it's nice to actually have time where your kids are away. If you have kids, if you're, you know, you take a chunk out of your time, you take your time and you self-care.
Yeah.
That's also nice.
But it's nice
it
as a
doesn't
choice.
have- exactly.
It doesn't have
choice.
to be every week,
Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say. You know,
Yes.
everybody is different. So, I mean, if there's certain people who love doing skincare routines, and it's not because YouTube or some influencer, that's just their thing. And for some people, it's hair. Like, when I think of myself and my sister, we're completely different.
Yeah.
I can't be sitting for 3 hours pre-pooing, co-wash. No. She does that, and she enjoys that
Yeah.
because she loves the process.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody is different. And whether you take 8 hours, whether I take 2
Yeah,
hours,
absolutely.
as long as whatever works for you. eh?
Absolutely.
I just don't want us to then fall into the trap that natural hair is difficult or takes
Yes.
much more time. I think it's,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's the narrative that's been sold for so long now that because everything you see in most cases it's, oh hey guys, so I'm spending the day doing my hair. It's no. I'm already like, okay, that's
Next.
wrong channel. Okay, clearly not going to take care of my natural hair then. I'm just going to leave it. So I think that narrative has been pushed for so long that at least now the narrative is changing, especially with like the products we created with Halo Heritage. It's like my main thing was, please let the products be quick and easy. Let it be done now.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be utilizing this at home, that's fine. Like, let it be quick. If it's at a salon, I don't mind. Someone is massaging my head, great. I'm not going to sit like this the whole day. My arms.
And it's just very clear. Wash, condition, there's your leave-in, it's all laid out for you, right? It's all laid out for you. There's no mysterious, you know, the milk of a
Rice
goat,
water,
you know?
yeah.
You know how mysterious the ingredients are these days, right?
Braids is an important thing. Also, it's the versatility in terms of what's in the product, the ingredient list. Because for a lot of women of color or African women, you know, certain women, because it has parabens doesn't work for your type of hair. But if you look at Heritage, and you can see that, okay, it's paraben free, it's gluten free, so everything sulfate free, so it encompasses everybody. And actually even finding a product that offers that within that price range, you know, of that standard, that price range, and of that standard, you know, because you do get a lot of product, you know, when you buy it. It's not, you know, this is like 700-800 rand. I mean, what you're getting is
and all the fantastic ingredients in one product, as opposed to it just being like, okay, here's this one, it's got argan oil, that's it, and then this one, it's got black seed oil, and then this one, it's got, it's all in one. It's combination.
Now you're having to mix up your own avo in your kitchen, and avos are damn expensive. Now you're putting avo in your hair.
This in one. Oh Lord, please.
I also just want to talk, just to bring us back to the idea of our heritage, right? It's Heritage Month. We all know, you know, within our own different traditions, within our own different cultures, what the do's and don'ts around hair, or the do's and don'ts about how we present ourselves, right? So, I mean, I know for me, I'm out here, my hair's out here, but you know, when I'm
Dope.
Thank you. But when I'm handling my Makoti duties, I am duked up. I am so duked up. I'm so humble, guys, when I'm with my in-laws. You know? I'm so humble when I'm with my in-laws. So let's Be humble or they'll humble you,
Yeah.
right? So let's talk about some of those kind of cultures and traditions we grew up with, or the expectations that people have around, you being an African woman and how you represent and present yourself,
Yeah.
Because I think we've all been told certain things. Hey, calm down, do this, do that. Faith, you want to start with?
Yeah, I mean, as South African, especially, I will speak from my background and how I grew up, is that if somebody passes, like let's say when my mom passed away, and I had a beautiful afro, and because I'm the firstborn, and according to our tradition, you are supposed to uzila. You have to wear black clothes for a certain period of time. So I had a duke and a frock, a footstool that I wore for a certain period of time. And then at the end of that period, you have to cut all your hair off. And our traditions have evolved and they're changing. And in my family now, they say, we can just snip you. But because I felt so strongly I went through a very difficult time with my mom being sick. So I wanted to do it for myself, for my mother. And I asked, my uncles kept on, are you sure?
Yes.
And I mean, I had like a booth. Like, are you sure you want? I said, take it all off. Take it all off. And they just could not, they were so touched.
Yes.
And I think even with my aunt, when my aunt, I cut my dreadlocks, and everybody just kept on saying, are you sure you want to? I said, I want to. And it's very important to me. It's and because I'm not that attached to my hair, it was very easy for me to take that decision. But it was also more emotional than anything else, that I am going to cut my hair, and it was what it is, and it felt so good for me, and it's a cleansing ritual also. It's a cleansing ritual to say that I moved on to the next, because after wearing all the black, wearing the black clothes and having all the traditional rules that you have to follow when you're wearing black clothes.
Shedding.
So you are shedding,
you're letting go of one part of life and transitioning into another part of life.
So that was a very emotional and experience that I felt I needed to do.
No, I mean, I think that's so incredible that you felt that sense of, this is how I'm going to honor my loved ones, and I think, yes, we are at the time in our lives where we are remixing traditions a lot and trying, putting our own spin on things, but that you actually stayed true to what tradition said and you went through with it. I think that's incredibly beautiful and powerful. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I said this the white table talk, right? Does anyone else? we said we weren't going to cry. Now look at us. Does anyone else want to add anything when it comes to that idea of culture or tradition, or how it guides our hair heritage?
Yeah, I think yes. The hair cutting after the passing of a loved one. I think it's so slightly traumatizing for a younger person, because I don't even remember if I have experienced it. That's how probably traumatized I was. But that process has to kind of, it probably makes sense more to someone who's older, especially the fact that you did it by choice and you knew what you were feeling. So I think it's slightly unfair when you just take a child and you're like, today you're cutting your hair, and they're just like, where, how, what happened?
But
And
we
you're just
grew
like,
up with that.
yeah, we did.
We grew up
They don't
with
care.
that. We are not going to be asked anything if
It's not your choice.
Just
going
that
home.
day, everybody comes. We woke up and there's that uncle who's waiting with the scissors.
And they cut you with a scissor. It's like,
and
yo,
it's
fam.
What do you want to fade?
Yes.
It do me nice.
Now I must go to
clipper.
school the next day, cut you scopway and you need patches. Oh gosh.
Guys,
grandmother's
ladies, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me and with, our audience today. And I think this is just the power of Halo Diaries, that can come together and bond over all these sometimes traumatic experiences, We've had the tangles, we've had the tears, we've had the trauma. And now we have amazing Halo heritage with Boiti to look forward to.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. I just want to, express my gratitude from the Halo heritage team on behalf of our...
What am I? Why?
What are you shaking? What are you shaking?
It's there. It's somewhere there.
Yeah.
It's there somewhere.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank you.